Optic from 1000 GM. I'm here with GM Akobian. We're taking a look at round 3 of the St. Louis GM Norm event. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Grandmaster Akobian here, and this is the game from round number 3, and this is Grandmaster BELOUS against WGM ABRAHAMYAN. So it was a very interesting game. So it started off with d4, knight f6, c4, e6. So knight c3, bishop e4. So this is called the Nemzo-Indian defense. We made a video previously talk about this opening, and the important factor of this opening is the control of the e4 square. So you always want to try to control the e4 square if you're playing this with the block pieces. If somehow you lose the control of the e4 square, that means you did something wrong, and there's going to be some difficulties for you. So remember that this is very, very important. Now he played e3, castles, bishop d3. And by the way, e3 is the Rubinstein variation, okay? Is the Rubinstein variation of the Nemzo-Indian defense. So bishop d3, and now c5. There's different approaches here. You can also play d5 here, for example, but Abrahamian played c5, knight f3. So this transposes into one of the main lines. This all has been played before, many hundreds of games. Take, and queen c7. So what black is preparing here is to play the move b6, put the bishop on b7, and also at the right time to play e5. And if needed, the rook will be nicely parked on a d file to putting an X-ray pressure on the queen on d8. So bishop a2 played, b6, queen e2. What white is trying to achieve here is to play the move e4 to control the center and then develop the bishop. This is what white is really trying to do. But rook d8 played, and he didn't go for it, because if you play this move, simply count and calculate, right, Jonathan? How many attackers now black has on d4? Question for you. That means if you have 3 attackers and white has 2 defenders, that means what you can do? You're going to earn a peshki.
That's free money, Yep.
There we go. Earn a free peshki, which is a pawn, okay? There we go. All right. So you always have to have more defenders than attackers when you're ready to expand your center, okay? So remember that. More defenders than attackers if you're ready to expand your center. So bishop b2 comes in now. Idea is to play e4. Abrahamian immediately plays the move e5. I'm not sure if this is the very best move in this position. I think I would have just preferred to play just a normal solid bishop to b7, complete my development, connecting my rooks. Because the reason I don't like the move e5 as much, because look at this bishop here. This bishop is a monster. And now you're opening up the diagonal for that bishop, okay? So that's why I don't like it. Rook a8. Not sure if Belarus responded the best for it. I think, for example, knight g5 looks very thematic, you know, because now you're attacking the pawn. And now if, let's say, defend this here, and now you simply play d5, David 5, now attacking the knight. Knight has to go. Yeah, and now you play c4. And now white is very comfortable with the big center and the pair of the bishops as well. So I would really prefer to play this position for white. So, but the Grandmaster Belarus did not play this. He played rook d1, and now bishop g4 by Abrahamian. Okay. So the point of this move is now to pin, and now the threat is to play e4. So h3 played. Bishop to h5, and here's what to do here, how to get rid of this pressure, okay? So not so easy. So white decided to go for g4, okay? Knight takes g4, sacrifice has occurred, and white king is busted here, completely busted. Now e4 is coming up here. This is a correct sacrifice, Jonathan and everybody. This is, black has a decent compensation here, but have to make sure to play precisely, okay?
Is that a pretty good way to use your knights to trade for these 2 pawns to bust a king?
Not all the time, not all the time, but at this moment, black's pieces are set up the correct way for this to work. Now bishop b1 is coming up, and now bishop h7 is an idea, but here actually rook d6 is played, which not quite the best. The better option here is to play the move rook e8. Now again, you're renewing your threat of e4, and if bishop takes h7, you just simply go to f8, okay? And you're still threatening to play the move e4, okay? You're still threatening it. So, and it's very complicated lines, but it looks like black is doing fine here everywhere. So, but instead rook d6 was played. Now d takes c5. rook f6, bishop h7. Cannot take, because if you take, then you're allowing white to get rid of the pressure and just take on g4. Okay, so that's why he plays king f8, bishop e4. He takes c5, a4, and here is a critical moment in this game. Black has a very, very strong move here. Okay, so the pressure is nice on f3 with the bishop and rook pressuring, but the question is how to improve the rook, how to improve how to improve the queen, how to bring this queen into the attack. If we can do that, then we're going to be able to bring the pieces into the game. Okay, so that's why we play rook. Instead of playing this, the correct move here is queen c8. The idea behind it, you want to play now bishop h5, and then look at this queen. This queen is simply landing now on g4. Okay, queen is landing on g4 and putting pressure, and also picking up the pawn, picking up the bishop on e4. Very, very strong move. Queen to c8. Unfortunately, Abrahamian missed it, and that led to a nice win for Bellows. Rook e8, bishop a3, and now rook d2. White is doubling up, getting ready to play rook fd1. And last idea, still black has attacking chances after rook h6, but king g8 was the blunder, because that allows white to get rid of the pressure now. Queen comes in here, putting pressure on e8, and if you cannot take on f3, the rook is hanging. So, and if you play rook b8, the problem is simply takes, picking up here. Okay, and the knight is under attack. So he played here, knight h2, and black just resigned here because there is no attack. Bishop has to retreat, let's say, and then simply just play rook fd1, and white is enjoying the extra piece that black sacrificed for. So very interesting game, a lot of chances, and I would just again pinpoint the critical chance right here, which was missed by Abraham. If she plays the move queen c8, black could be winning this game. Okay, and according to the computers, at least, black has some serious winning chances here. It's a tough move to find because you don't see the threat immediately, but you realize, like, let's say if bishop goes here, you simply play bishop h5.
Is it true that reverse moves are the hardest to see? So any backwards aggressive queen moves?
Backward moves are usually hard to see. But this idea was very hard, In fact, both players missed this idea, because I was there and I talked to them after, and they both didn't see this, and then they were surprised when the computer was showing this move and a significant advantage. The hard part is not just the queen c8. The hard part is to see the move, the retreating move bishop h5, that you just vacate the square. You vacate the square for the queen to come out to. So that was the hard part.
And my club instinct would be to like trade for the knight or play like bishop h3 or something like that. Like it's hard to see like this cohesion here.
The thing is, if you play, let's say, a move like bishop h3, you're letting me to get rid of the pin. See, I don't mind you take my rook, because this way at least I'm not getting mated now. Yeah. I can just take and play this game. So the most important thing is to keep the pin on, and that's what bishop h5 does. Keeps the pin on and brings more pieces into the game. Very interesting game, and the white ended up winning the game, but there were plenty of chances for Abrahamian here to, to get a point in this game as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this game and analysis. We'll be back with more videos for you. See you soon.
Thanks, everybody.